Hi, I'm Liz.
Hi, I'm Alice, and welcome to
Kids on Zoom.
So, Liz, shall we talk about the elephant in the room?
What, that elephant there, Alice?
No, not that elephant there, Liz. The elephant in the room. In that, you said 2 weeks ago that we would be back on our sofas. It has been 2 weeks, but we are not back on our sofas. What is going on?
I know. I'm really sorry. When I said 2 weeks and we'll be back on the sofas, Boris Johnson didn't ring me, okay? He didn't ask my opinion and he shut down the whole country again.
Again, well,
I'm sorry.
Okay, I suppose that's an acceptable reason as to why we're here on our screens and not on the sofas. But so we're in lockdown, yeah? That's it.
So this is Kids on Zoom lockdown style.
Kids on Zoom lockdown style. And that reminds me of someone else in the Bible. There's a few actually, aren't there? But the one person we're looking at this week who was in lockdown, why don't you tell us about him?
Absolutely. Daniel, locked down in a lion's den. We're going to learn today all about the story of Daniel and how he was put into the lion's den, but was protected by God, because our theme for today is God our protector.
God our protector. How awesome is that? So why don't we take this as an opportunity, remembering that God is our protector, to worship him, and we'll see you in a few.
Yeah, see you in a bit.
Mabel. Have you come to join kids on Zoom?
Yeah, she's feeling a little bit lonely today, so she thought she'd come and join us.
Yeah, I think quite a lot of us are feeling like that at the moment. I think even I'm missing seeing lots of people.
Well, I tell you what, Alice, I can cheer you up.
Yes, really?
Yeah. I've got some great lion jokes. You want to hear them, don't you? I know, I can tell.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, good. Right answer. Let me tell you. Okay, here's my first joke. Are you ready?
Okay, go for it.
Why did the lion lose at poker?
I don't know, Liz. Why did the lion lose at poker?
Because he was playing with a cheetah. Oh, she didn't like that one.
Oh, dear me.
All right. Here's my second one. Are you ready?
Is it better than the first?
They're all great. Why did the lion spit out the clown?
Why did the lion spit out the clown?
Because he tasted funny. Oh, okay, Alice. Right, final one. Are you ready?
Okay.
What's a lion's favourite footballer?
Oh, do you know what? I know this one. It is actually quite funny. It's Lionel Messi.
Hey!
Yes. Okay.
There
I
you
suppose
go.
that cheered me up a bit.
Good. I'm so glad to hear it. So, shall we get on with today's story?
Yes, which is found in Daniel 6, isn't it? Why don't you tell us about it?
Okay, so we're going to learn today all about Daniel and how he was thrown into a lion's den and how God was his protector.
Liz, have you heard? The king's really happy with your friend Daniel.
Oh, really? What's he done now?
Well, it seems he's really smart and fair, and King Darius really likes him. Gave him Employee of the Month last month. He put him in charge of so many things: head keeper of the camels, organiser of the parties, and he even holds the key to the food stores. Darius thinks he's marvellous.
Well, Daniel is a good man. He's always honest and kind, and he's really, really smart. It's no wonder Darius likes him. I'm really pleased for him.
Well, the other servants aren't. Daniel needs to watch out. They don't take kindly to that kind of favouritism.
Well, maybe they need to work a little bit harder for the king then. Instead of wasting time worrying about Daniel, they should be worrying about what the king thinks of them.
Well, I'm just telling you, wouldn't want anything to happen to Daniel.
Oh, don't you worry about Daniel. He'll be fine.
Liz, have you heard?
What?
About Daniel?
What about Daniel?
Well, I heard from the cook, who heard from the hallboy, that Daniel has been caught praying. Every day, 3 times a day, he goes to his room and prays.
Yes, and what's the problem with that? You know us Jews do that. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't interfere with our work.
Well, I heard that some people aren't happy with that, and they've gone to the king and he's made it illegal.
Illegal to pray? Don't be daft. I've never heard of anything so ridiculous.
No, he has. He said, everyone must pray to me, for I am the king. And anyone found praying to anyone other than the king is going to be thrown in the lion's den. You better warn Daniel, Liz. I wouldn't want him to come to any harm.
Well, if you say so, but Daniel's a brave and good man. He won't take kindly of being told who to pray to, but I will tell him what you said. Thanks for the warning.
Liz, have you heard? Daniel's been thrown in the lion's den. King's orders. And the king is stomping round the palace like a bear with a sore head, roaring at everyone. James in the kitchen nearly had his bitten clean off.
Oh, I do feel sorry for the king. He's been tricked by all your jealous servants. They knew Daniel wouldn't stop praying to God, our God, the God. But don't you worry, Alice. Daniel is brave and Daniel is good. There's a way out of this.
Well, all I'm saying is, have you seen those lions? Because they are humongous. There's only one way out of this for Daniel. I'm so sorry, Liz.
Have faith, Alice. It will be okay. God will have a plan.
Liz, have you heard?
Heard what?
Daniel, he's okay. He's not been eaten. My friend Mary, who works in the bedchambers, told me that Darius didn't sleep a week all night, tossed and turned, and then, at first light, ran to the lion's den to see if Daniel was okay. He shouted into the den, "Daniel, has your God rescued you?" And Daniel shouted back, "Yes!"
Yay. I know. I saw Mary in the market. She told me there's not a scratch on him. She said the lion keepers told her that Daniel sat down with the lions and they all just curled up and went to sleep. She also said they saw something come and close the mouths of the lions so they wouldn't eat him. She thought it must have been one of God's angels. The lions and Daniel all just curled up and slept together. I bet it was lovely and cozy and warm. All that fur. I told you he'd be okay. God did have a plan to rescue Daniel, and Daniel knew it. He's a good lad. And the best news is Darius knows God is real too. I wouldn't be surprised if he passes a law today telling everyone that they must pray to God. Our God. The God. He's the rescuer. Well, what a great story that was. Listening to how Daniel, through his faith, was protected by God from the lions. And what I love about that story is Daniel just knew, Daniel's faith was so deep, he knew he couldn't give up praying and he could not pray to anybody else. But through that, God was able to use that situation to protect him from the lions. But then the even greater thing was that Darius changed the law. King Darius changed the law to be able to enable people to pray to God right across their land. And I just love that. I just think, God uses the situation, so go God.
It's just incredible, isn't it? I love it. And I tell you what it reminds me of, this idea of God as our protector, even in difficult circumstances. It reminds me of this time in John 17 where Jesus is praying for his disciples. And if we look at verse 12, he says, "While I was with them, I protected them and kept them safe by that name you gave me. None has been lost except the one doomed to destruction, so that scripture would be fulfilled. I am coming to you now, but I say these things when I am still in the world, so that they may have the full measure of my joy within them. I have given them your word, and the world has hated them, for they are not of the world any more than I am of the world. My prayer is not that you take them out of the world, but that you protect them from the evil one." It's amazing stuff, isn't it? God is our protector. It's just incredible.
Absolutely. And before we go into our breakout groups, shall we put Daniel on our mountain?
Yes, let's
Okay.
put Daniel on the mountain.
Here he is, everyone, and he's going up the mountain. We're almost at the top.
Oh, so exciting.
There he is. Okay,
So-
Daniel's on the mountain.
Wonderful.
So
Well,
let's
sounds good.
now go into our breakout groups and discuss this God as our protector further. But
Yes.
remember, keep climbing.